Good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Yeah, yeah. Good evening, David. Good to have you on the call. Good evening, Gladden. Yeah. So, who is excited about tonight's class? Like, is anybody excited? Anyone? Yeah. You can use the reaction button. How you feeling? Like, is the weather not so cold? Because it's actually raining here. Yeah. So I don't know if it's raining at your own end. That's for those of us that were in Nigeria. So yeah, yeah. Good evening. It's raining. Wow. Yeah, it's also raining here as well. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. Good evening, Ade Shola. Yeah. Good evening. So, what are your expectations for tonight's class, guys? What are you expecting? What are you expecting? The weather is super cool here in Abuja. It was a train every day this morning. I think it's raining everywhere, like all over Nigeria. Because so many people have been telling me that it is raining, it is raining, it is raining. And even where I am right now, it's also raining. Yeah, it's a good one. At least rain is better than sun. And I think I prefer rain to hot sun. Rain is still cool. Yeah. All right. So can someone just give me like a summary of what we did yesterday? Yeah. What was the topic and what was your take home for last night's class? Someone just tell me. We spoke about what yesterday? What was the topic? Yes, and we also had a practical section yesterday. Were you able to do it on your own? Were you able to practicalize it as well? So let me just get some feedback. Let me get feedback. Yeah, let me get some feedback from you. I'm waiting. What was your take home for last night? Yeah, and what was the topic? Give me like a summary of what we did. I'm waiting. Let me check the number of people on call. I couldn't do practical, but by weekend I will do it. Okay, David, I get that. How about others? How about this? I want to hear from you all. Yeah, let me hear from you. Yeah, portfolio building, that's correct. Yeah. So, yeah, any other person, what was your take home? Just give me what your take home is. What was your take home? What did you learn? Yeah, portfolio building. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, what else you learn? Okay, Alagbede said. Okay, who else? Yeah, I'm waiting, guys. Yes. Good evening. Bola Tito, were you in class yesterday? Because I didn't get your comments. Bola Tito, I'm waiting for your response as well. How about, yeah, Main Bell? Okay, you're in class. Wow, I didn't notice. I didn't notice. That means you didn't really drop comments on. You didn't really. You didn't drop comments on most of the things we discussed yesterday because you're very active. Yeah. Yes, I learned the importance of having a well optimistic portfolio. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's obvious that I mean you were able to learn and were able to give out value. Yeah. So, Mr. Slim said, having a better story to tell about oneself, building portfolio for endorsements and recommendation. Brilliant. And Felix, okay, portfolio building refers to the process of creating a collection of your work and accomplishment. That's great. Exactly. So I want to know if did you practice what we did yesterday? Because I explained how you can build your portfolio using vc.io. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody just took their time to practicalize it. And do you have any roadblock, right? Like anyone, did you even try it at all? At least one or two persons should. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Anyone? Yeah, well, that's a nice one. Because I've come to realize something that if you learn something new and if you fail to practicalize it that same day, there's probability that you might not really remember it. Not that you didn't get it, but if you fail to practice it immediately, you might need to call someone for help. By the time you are ready to practice it, it's something that happens to us. So if you're able to do that yesterday, I think it's a good decision, really. So it was only Bola Tito that practiced. Not good, not good, not good. Not good. Good evening, Augustine. Okay. You did also, Mr. Slim. That's just two-person out of about 100 students. We're having just 39 members, so I'm just trying to see if people would join before we start. So we have 39. Hopefully they join. Let's hold on. So any other person? Hi, Precious. Good evening. Good evening. Bola to practice. Sarah practice. Who else? Just two. Who else? Good evening, Chidima. Hi, Linian. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. So well. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Victoria. Good evening. I was about practicing it when it was time for class. Okay. I was about practicing when it was time for class. For it. Oh God. You see, you're very funny, really. When it was about time for you to join, that was when you felt like, okay, let me quickly check, right? The whole of yesterday and today. Okay. Oh, wahala. All right, Victoria. Okay, you practice. I think we have four people now. So four out of 100 plus. Okay. Or should I have a mindset that we all know how to use vc.io, vzy.io? Because this one I'm having just four people that was able to practicalize it. So I feel it's maybe you guys already know how to use it. Use the application, or you are not ready to use it yet. Good evening, Rachel. All right, it's 7:11 already. I think we just have to start. So hopefully people will join us before we wrap up the class. Yeah. So for tonight's class, I'll be teaching us a topic, right, that is titled Developing Pricing Strategies and Revenue Models. So that's what we're talking about. So I'm sure um we've had what's the word? I mentioned in one of our classes pricing, the different types of pricing, the models that we have and the like. So I'm sure it is not a new topic to every one of us on this call if you are really paying attention to our classes, right? So can someone just tell me what pricing is? Or when you hear the word pricing strategy, what comes to your mind? Revenue models. Is there any difference between revenue models and pricing strategies? So is it the same thing? Freemium. I know those are senior PM on this call. Yeah. I know those are senior PM. So I know David is a senior PM. Okay. So what is what does it mean when you hear the word developing pricing strategy? Or what is pricing strategy? Or what is pricing? Whichever way, just say it any way you can. There's no wrong answer. Pricing strategies. Do you understand? So you can say it in any form. There's no wrong answer. So I'm waiting. Do I need to call names? Pricing basically means placing a monetary value on a product. Nice one. And it's also how you decide the right price for your products that would make people to buy from you. It is how you decide the right price for your products that makes people to buy from you. Fantastic. Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Yeah. Any other person? Yeah. I'm waiting for more explanation. All right. A pricing strategy is a plan that a company uses to determine the price of its products or services. Fantastic. Are you sure you are not using ChatGPT? Felix, Victoria. Because I realize that sometimes you just say like hi to someone. The next message they will just send to you just be saying like 4 to 5 lines. Like, what's going on? Are you and this is somebody that on a normal day we are speaking with them. Their conversation is not that long, it's not that lengthy. But you just say you just send you like 4, 5, 6 lines, like what's going on? This person is using ChatGPT to reply. Okay now. Do you understand? Are you sure you're not using ChatGPT, guys? Yeah. Pricing strategy is a way of assigning money value to your product or services after considering many other factors. Fantastic. We've all given an accurate definition to what pricing strategy is. Okay, somebody said they are using it to as the ordinary like normal chat that you're supposed to reply. You go back to ChatGPT to help you to type it correctly. Like, and it's very obvious because we are all using ChatGPT one way or the other. So just that we just decide to play along, okay? But we are all using ChatGPT. Just that we shouldn't suspend our brain because of ChatGPT. Because some people have decided to suspend their brain. They don't want to use that brain again. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Types, cost plus, value based, dynamic. Oh, fantastic, Mr. Slim. All right, so let's get started. So So for tonight's class, I'll be explaining what revenue models are, developing a smart pricing strategies, relationship between pricing, revenue, and profits, importance of pricing in business success, and also implementation of monetization of pricing mechanisms. So let's start. What is pricing? Pricing refers to the strategy a business uses to set the value it will receive in exchange for its goods and services. As we all know that revenue is the bloodstream of every organization. Nobody wants to establish any business that is not going to yield them revenue. What's the goal? Yeah, they might say they are not in for the money, but that's not true, right? So when you are developing a product as well, you also need to consider the parts of the pricing part of it, because you are developing these products for consumers, and before your consumer will get these products, there has to be an exchange of money, isn't it? So for you to do that, you expect to have carried out your own research about, okay, your competitors, how much are they paying for this particular product? And you also need to have also carried out research even from your target audience, to ask them how much would they want to pay for that product that you are trying to develop, right? So it is very important. It's not that you just sit down and you say, okay, for this product, let me just give them this social amount of money. So if you don't do what is expected of you and you just place a particular figure on the product, they might end up not buying your products, obviously. So a lot of work is put into place before you even decide to place a price on your products. So pricing has to do with the revenue that your company is going to generate from selling a particular product that you've developed. So pricing and revenue are central to any business model. We have pricing, we have revenue. So pricing is just the strategy, right? For you to get that revenue. Pricing is the strategy that you put in place for you to get what? To get revenue for your products. So moving on. So what is revenue model? So a revenue model outlines how a business generates your income from its products or services, including your pricing strategies, your sales channels, and how your customer pay. According to HubSpot, it says that it is a crucial part of a larger business model that connects how a company creates value with how it makes a profit. So that's basically what a revenue model is. So there is a big difference between revenue models and pricing strategy. So it is your pricing strategy is the process for you to generate that revenue. So they are two different things. Don't mix them up. So now, moving on to the next slide. We have three types of revenue models. We have the subscription-based models, we have advertising-based models, and we also have transaction-based models. Let's start with what is subscription based. I believe that everybody on this call, we're all techies, isn't it? So there is nothing we are saying that in one way or the other you've not experienced it as an individual. There is nothing we have it that at least you might not really have an like a comprehensive explanation about it, but then it's something that you've came across at some point in time, right? Oh, I'm too fast. Sorry, I'll slow down a bit. Yeah, I will slow. Okay, okay, all right. So subscription based, right? In these models, customer pays a recurring fee. So it could be monthly, it could be quarterly, it could be yearly for you to be able to access a product or service. Can somebody give me like examples of products that has this kind of subscription models? Any products that you've used that adopt this kind of revenue models? Any products? I'm sure we all do subscription. Netflix. Why is it that the first thing that comes to people's mind is Netflix? Like, imagine the second person said Netflix, the third person said Netflix. What's going? Yeah, someone just broke the record, which is Fusi. Yeah, Amazon, LinkedIn. Yes, yes. Listing AI, Audio Mark. Yes, DSTV. Yeah, data plan, exactly. Google, CapCut. I can literally say that almost all applications, I think they're using subscription based. Spotify is also subscription based. Dance Fits Me, Google Drive, Netflix, exactly. They will start with freemium just to get your attention to win your heart. So when your heart has been won, right, then they will now ask you to upgrade your service so that you can have access to some features. YouTube, exactly, subscription based. So literally everything. So these guys that you've listed here, they adopted subscription based revenue models. Yeah, Spotify as well. Correct, correct. All right. Okay. All right. Correct. That's correct, Lillian. MTN service, exactly. Even it's not just MTN, Glow, everything for your data, Prime Video, exactly. Subscription based models. Yeah. Good evening, Chine. Yeah. So, so when you are developing a product, Canva, yes, it's very everything. Okay, is there any application? Okay, let me ask this question. Do we have any products that does not require us to subscribe? That you have somebody said my landlord. Is your landlord robot? Like I don't know if you're having a robot as a landlord. House rent. You need to explain house rent suspicion. I want someone to comment on Chidioke's response. Guys, this house rent is can we say paying an house rent is more like a subscription based too. I need more points to back that up. House rent. Somebody said house rent. Does your landlord also offer freemium services? Oh my god. I need more points to back his comments up. He said his landlord is taking money based on suspicion. Okay, it's yearly suspicion for landlord. I don't know, it sounds so funny. If he doesn't pay, he doesn't stay in the house. Wow, that one is deep. House rent is postpaid. Is not even, oh my god. How come you sounding straight? But it's rent now. It's not suspicion. It's not suspicion. It's not suspicion, it's rent. Look. Okay. Okay, quite true. Even Dr. Lorenta said it's true. Yeah, it's yeah, subscription. All right. We'll take that. Take that. We'll take that. Okay. Okay, Airbnb. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So I'm glad that everybody knows what this means, right? So, like I said, that I'm dealing with senior product managers, my orgas. So, and yeah, which is quite okay. So, the next revenue models that we have here is advertising based. There are some that they generate their revenue through advertisements. And even there are so many applications that we use that even before you finish what you're trying to watch online, you will have watched like 50, like 10 to 15 ads. At some point, I was just like, I'm pissed. Like, what's going on? But this happens most time when you are using a freemium version, because when you are using a premium version, there's probability that they won't disturb you with ads. And that's the only way they are generating their own income through ad. That's through advertisement, isn't it? Audio mark, exactly. So that's another way for them to generate their own money too, revenue. Might be discussing with someone. Okay, Mr. Slim, okay, another point of view. I understand. YouTube and Temu adverts. Can you guys just leave Temu out of this conversation, please? Sorry, just because I know you're about to drag Temu again. Yes, Alison, I don't really get ads for Alison. Do I? I don't think so. But then, okay, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, yeah, had open view. So you can see that there are several ways for you to generate revenue depending on the kind of models that you want to adopt. Boom play, yeah, you especially okay. Let me know. I don't want to be, I don't want to be specific, but thank God we're all experiencing it. Opay, Opay. Does Opay do advertisements? Are you sure? Or maybe I didn't notice. All right, Spotify and Duolingo. Duolingo. Do they normally do hearts? Okay, but I think if we can subscribe on their premium version, you might not really have much heart. In fact, there are some movies that you try to watch that you have to watch so many hearts because you don't want to pay. That can be frustrating. All those movies, short movies, if you don't pay for coins, you will watch hard or you will watch the numbers of ads that you don't even have a choice. But if you can pay for it, I don't know anything about that. Bright, I cannot relate. Bright Augustine, I can't relate. All right, so yeah, I like that. So the next revenue model that we have here is transaction based models. Yeah, but that's too. So these models involve charging customers a fee for each transactions or services they use. Example is e-commerce websites, marketplace, and payment processors. So you can see that you can either use subscription-based models as a business owner, or you use advertisement to generate revenue, or you use transaction-based. Any of the three. Yes, so yes, they are making that's where they can make their own money. So I think now when you see all of these things, you should understand that that is their own way of generating money. I hope you understand. So whenever you sell all of those things, that is their own revenue stream, their own way of generating revenue. Yeah. So moving on, let's move to the next slide. So pricing affects everything, and customer demand, market competitiveness, brand positioning, and ultimately profitability. Like I said, that revenue is the lifeblood of a business. Without it, a company cannot sustain their operations or growth. So that is why a solid understanding of pricing helps companies not only to survive but to thrive in a competitive market. And that's why most there are some startup that they will just start. They have this idea, they'll start working on a particular product. At some point, they won't be able to complete it because of finance. Why? Because they didn't put all of those things into consideration before they started in the first place. So finance is a very like it's one of the most important thing that you have to consider. It's easy to sit down and say you have this idea, you want to develop this, but it's a lot of money that has to be put in place. Especially if you don't have all your team members, maybe you don't have your back end, you don't have your front end engineer, you don't have all of those guys that want to work for you. You still need to hire them. Do you understand? It's a whole lot of money for you to get that done, right? So so moving on to the next slide. Okay, I don't want to show you the answer. So can somebody just give me importance or what are the importance of you having to strategize on the kind of pricing models for you to use for your for your revenue stream? Why do you think it's important? Why? Why do you think it's important? Why do you think it's important? And I need responses. Why? For accountability. That's correct. Shidioke, senior PM. Another reason. All right, for scalability. Fantastic. Another person. To attract customers. Pricing. Okay, when you are saying to attract customers, is it when the price is high or low? When exactly would your pricing models attract your customer? Grace, I need you to justify your response. Okay. So that you won't run a loss. Yeah, correct. That's correct also. To ensure smooth running of the product. Fantastic. To delight your customers. Delighting when it's expensive or delighting when it is cheap or delighting when it is moderate. So also need to add more points to that. Taiwo. For growth. Okay. To monitor your profits. It helps you to make profits. Yeah, that's correct also. All right. What else? What else? I'm expecting more responses. PMs, profitability. Exactly. So for an effective market competitiveness, you saw my slide, Taiwo. How come? Let me see. I think I added down to my points. Okay, it's not there. I thought it was there. Okay, with a premium, when the price is cheap, exactly, fantastic. And normally we all like cheap things. Yeah, just say it's free. Everybody will they will try to like get it. Okay, I yes, you didn't see it style. It was not even part of what I have on my slide. Fantastic. And sustainability. Yeah, that's correct. All right, so let me show you what I have here. So I said one of the reasons why we should consider having a pricing models before we even think of developing our products. Okay, market survey for brand positioning. Fantastic. Number one, to have like a direct impact on profitability, and we've all mentioned that on the charts. The goal of every organization is what? To generate profits, maximization of profit, and what? Minimization of cost, of expenses. Do you understand? So that's the goal of every organization. So one of the importance is for you to be able to generate profit. A small change in price can lead to a significant change in profit, more than equivalent changes in the cost of volume, right? Also, market positioning. Pricing signals the value and the quality of a product. Luxury brands often use premium pricing to reinforce exclusivity. Another way that it also leads to success is one, customer acquisition and retention. Competitive or psychological pricing. Do you know somebody can buy a product because of just 1 naira? For example, maybe you want to buy as a lady, you want to buy something online, and there is one that is 10 naira, and there's another one that is 9.99. You know, there is probability that you go for the one that has 9.99 because of that single one, because it's going to attract more customers and encourage them to repeat their purchases. Do you understand? And do you know that's another way of getting people? And if you check all these online products they are trying to buy, you'll notice that most of them they don't used to have like a round figure. It's either they have 3 naira point 49 or $3 point something or $53 point something something. You see that 1 naira thing? It's just a way for them to um attract their customers, of which just one but that one is a long thing, like it's something that customers really want. They don't usually put round figure like that. It's not exactly 99.99. Even if you know that you not get change, which change will you give me if I give you 100 naira? Beg. Somebody said I beg now for a exactly now. Now for a fee, that's correct. So you're right. Somebody said I bought custard that was $1 lower, and I don't even know why. But that $1 was the reason. It works. It's because I'm also a victim in that regard. Just because of that one, even though I know that I cannot get change eventually, but I'll buy it. I'll buy it. So exactly. So if you are trying to do probably like an advertisement of a particular product, don't use a round figure. Just use 0.99, 0.99, point something like that. They will take it, they will, it will convince them. Yes, pricing strategy, Mr. Daily Big Bay. Yeah. Yeah, especially with women. You don't need to throw bullet at us, Philip. All right. So the next one is relationship between pricing, revenue, and profits. For revenue, it's price times quantity sold, right? A higher price increases your revenue only if demand remains stable. But if your demand drops, exactly, if your demand drops due to high pricing, your revenue may fall. Yeah, 7 naira 54 54 cent. People will still buy it. They'll buy it. They'll buy it because of that, because it's not that round figure. And that's why most time when you see some pricing models, if you want to buy a particular thing, they might say, okay, before it was maybe $200, but now it is maybe 1.99. to now cross it somehow. All those things is marketing strategy. Don't be deceived. It's just marketing strategy. Somebody said, what pricing model is Jumia classified under? Especially when they cancel 3K and now say it is 1K. All those things they are doing is marketing strategy. Yes, they just cross it. They'll cross it like this. And before, they're just trying to, to attract their target audience. Yeah. So in case you have an encounter with us, thank God you're a product manager. You just smile and you smile. You know how it works. So for profit as well is your revenue minus costs. So even with your high revenue, if the costs are also high, profits may be low. So effective pricing balances revenue, potential with their cost management, pricing, revenue and profit. So your pricing has an effect on your revenue and your profit. And some people will even go to the extent of lowering their price. And when you lower your price, fine, it's going to increase your sales. But let me tell you, it will reduce the profit per unit. Even if you decide to lower your price to get high volume of sale. Yes, you will get high volume of sales, but you get high volume of sales, but it's going to affect your profits. Do you understand? So moving on to the next slide. So let me check what we have next. So now types. I don't want you to see it. So can somebody just give me the types of pricing models that we have? Can you give me the types of pricing models that we have? Give me the types, because I know there was a time I mentioned it in one of our meetings. Yes, I remember I mentioned it in one of our meetings. So give me the types of pricing models that we have. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Somebody said Jumia should be transactional. Yeah, I'm waiting. Okay, Bola, you saw my slide. Yeah, you did. Because you've listed everything I have on my slide. Okay. I don't understand what's going on right here. Be honest. Did you guys you saw my slide, right? Competitive economy, penetration, cost plus, competitor models, economic dynamics, scheming, penetration, value based. Wow, I'm giving you a virtual clap here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Brilliant. Yeah. So it shows that you're listening. You're listening. You're not just on the call, but you're paying attention and you're also reading ahead. That's fantastic. We are correct. Those are the types of pricing models that we have. We have the cost plus pricing. That's the one that you had your fixed markup to the cost of you producing your products. And we also have the break-even pricing. You set price to cover your cost only, no profits, no loss. You just break even. We have people like that. They want to just, they want to just sell. They want to sell. They don't care whether they make profit or not, right? So we also have value-based pricing. So all of these things I'm trying to explain. So I believe that you're making a decision already about how you want to go about your products, right? So we have the value. There are some interviews that you attend will ask you, have you ever worked on any product? I've attended one, and they asked me. I think it was when I was done with my training. Then everything was just strange. At times you just learn something. It will not make sense at that moment. It will be strange. But later, all those things that I learned begin to make sense to me. But when I started, everything just sounds strange. So the question they now asked me, they said, you worked on a product, right? What pricing modules do you use? I was just looking at this pricing modules. Pricing. I said they will pay now. They will pay and we give them. They'll give us money. I just gave one funny. I just gave one funny response. Then do you understand? So they might ask you what kind of business models, what kind of pricing models do they use? All those questions. It's something that you should be able to answer if you work on any products. You ask your CEO that these are important questions you want to ask them when you are working on a product. Okay, what business models are we using? What pricing models are we using? What is that? You have to ask all these questions. Do you understand? Ask questions. Ask questions. So we also have value-based pricing. Value-based pricing on the cost is a kind of price that is based on how a customer perceive rather than the actual cost of it. Right? There are some services that you are render that they are giving you extra services. You can go to an hotel to lodge, and when you are done, maybe you want to like they will render an extra service for you, maybe for you to just probably move around and have other experiences. Maybe you want to use their spa or something. So that extra service that they've rendered is value based price. They will include, some of us that you go to the salon, for example, you get there, there's AC, they will entertain you, they will give you magazine to read, they'll give you snacks, you'll be feeling at home. They will even ask you to feel at home. But the feeling at home that you're feeling, right, you will pay for it. I think I've experienced that before. I went to one salon to make my hair, right? The it was a very it was a conducive one for me. Like everything was soft, right? AC was working. They even washed my hair. I didn't access to do so many things, and they were just doing it. My nails, even my leg, everything. I was so happy. They gave me magazine to read. They were just, if I even kept my complaint, they were a lot of, like, the service was 100%. So let me not shock you. So by the time we are done, that I was done making my hair, and they just gave me bill like this. I was like, I said, I don't understand. Like, they said you took this drink, you took this. It was a long time ago, anyways, and I had to pay. So value based. So the additional value that you get on your product, you are going to pay for it. Okay, I'm reading comments. Somebody said feel at home and pay up. As in, so if somebody should tell you that feel at home, please don't feel at home. Don't feel at home. Oh. Even if you even go to somebody's house to go and even visit the person and they told you to feel at home, please don't feel at home. Some of us will feel at home to the extent that you even cross your leg and put your leg on their dining table because they said you should feel at home. It's just word. It's mere word. Deep down their hearts, they are saying don't feel at home. I don't know. I'm just joking. So when they tell you that you should feel at home, for their mind, it if only you know what they are saying when you leave their house, right? You will not feel at home when you. I'm serious. So just be, just be disciplined. Right? Don't overdo your whatever. Don't overdo things. Or maybe somebody takes you were invited on a maybe dinner date or something, and the person now told you that order anything that you want to buy, and because you are not using your number six, you are not using your IQ, and I say, "Ah, okay, no problem. The food that on a normal day that you cannot even buy for yourself, you will now buy excess because they said you should feel at home. Don't do that. Don't is what talk is very cheap, right? It's very cheap for you. Talk is very cheap. But then we should try to be using our initiative. When people offer free service like that to you, it is not free in their mind. They are testing you, maybe. Some people might be testing you. Don't do that. Whatever, if somebody should invite you for even is a dinner date, whatever you want to order for, if you cannot afford it, like on your own, please don't do that. Don't don't say because it's a guy or a lady that invited you on a date and you want to overdo things because they gave you blank check. Don't do that. They're only testing you. They will not tell, but it's a test and you failed. If it's ordinary water you can order for and probably meat pie or chicken pie or a plate of rice or one spoon. When you get to your house, you will eat. And you know the funniest thing, regardless of what you eat, it will not be enough. You still have to go home and eat a bar. Or you go and eat something solid because it's not gonna be enough. So please, Let's be guided. Okay, so the next pricing strategy that we have here is penetration pricing. So penetration pricing is when you launch with a low price to attract your customers so that you can, sorry. Okay. So penetration pricing is when you launch with a very low price to attract your customers in order for you to be able to get your market share quickly. Somebody said Ebahab we make it, Ebahab we make it in life. As in, to be honest, I don't know I don't know how we are different. There are some of us that even if you buy 1,000 naira meal at a restaurant, you still go home and eat eba. Very important because that eba is the only thing that can save you. And by the time they just give you price for what you bought, you'll be surprised. What did you buy? You just be seeing leaf inside your plates. They will add leaf, add stick, add butter. What's the total price? You just be getting one figure. And at the end of the day, it will not be enough. You still have to go and take a eba when you get home. Yeah. So yeah, so that's just it. So we also have freemium pricing models, and we all know that for all this app, most time they will test you, they will ask you to sign up for their products, and then later they'll give you maybe like a month for you to use it. Then after 1 month, they will ask you to subscribe to their freemium. So it is something that we all experience. In fact, there's even some applications that I want to work on that they will tell me it's freemium. By the time I now want to download what I've worked on, they will ask me to input my card details, and I'm like, what's going on here? So that's it. So we have freemium pricing. We also have subscription pricing models as well. So I believe we all know what subscription pricing is. I don't need to spend time there again. So we also have bundle pricing. We know bundle whereby you buy multiple products or services together. This is for ladies. I don't think guys they have that kind of opportunity. Well, I think we ladies that you buy bag, buy purse, buy cross. There's this bag that is three in one. It will have cross bag. It will also have purse, like a small purse. Then it will now have your office bag, like three in one, and they'll give you discount. So you might decide to sell your product like that. And there are even some products that it will have perfume, it will have belts. I don't know, but then so those ones is categorized as bundle pricing. You buy multiple products or services together at a discounted combined price. So we also have another one that is psychological pricing. Exactly. Pack four in one and pay. Exactly. Exactly. I like that. So we also have psychological pricing. So psychological pricing is when you use your pricing tactics to influence perception. I've explained that before we even get here. Like your 9.99 dollars instead of $10, right? 99. So that 1 cent, right, is a big deal. So psychologically they are playing with our mind for you to get it. So we've explained this one. We don't have to dwell much. We don't have to dwell on that. So we also have dynamic pricing. So for dynamic pricing, these are prices that they change all the time. So you adjust your prices in real time based on the demand. It might be based on maybe the economic situation at that point in time, or maybe based on time or user behaviors. Can somebody give me an example of a product that the price changes, that is not stable? Can somebody just give me that? Maybe if you buy it 5 naira today, before you get there tomorrow, it will just change. Somebody said I didn't talk about. Yes, and I mentioned penetration pricing. I said you launch with a low price to attract your customer. That is, I explained it now. Most startup when they launched a new product, most time they used to decide to use penetration pricing models. They will bring the price down. I know there are some products that when it was newly launched, it was very cheap, right? That's you might even be paying a very low price. But maybe after 3 or 6 months, then they have to increase the price. So that kind of pricing model is penetration. They are just trying to penetrate into the market. They are trying to win your heart. to convince you to be, to earn your trust. And I know we have so many products that we've experienced too. We as an individual, that when it came out, you will say, when this thing came out, I bought it for so amount, oh, but now I'm buying it for this amount. Do you understand? So that is when they are penetrating. Is a penetration method of them having to like convince you to use their products. Do you understand? So I believe I've explained that. That's for you. That you said I didn't explain it. Okay, petrol. Okay, it's one of the prices that is not stable. But I think petrol is the price is actually stable now, Abby. Yeah, foodstuff generally. Okay. Vegetables and water I don't understand. Felix, which one is vegetable and water leaf again? If that was coming from a female, I would not be surprised. But for you guys to be saying vegetable and water leaf pricing is not stable, I don't understand, Felix. Okay, Jumia Black Friday. Okay. Somebody said almost everything in Nigeria. Another person said Nigeria is a oh god. Okay, noodles, cement, groundnut oil, foodstuff, rice, attachments. I'm sure it's a lady that said attachments. Egg, crayfish, baby milk, plantain. Okay. Okay, yeah, good. I get. So Felix is a chef. Oh, really? Nice. Uber, POS withdrawal charges. The kind of comments I'm getting is funny, honestly. It's funny. Which one is POS withdrawal charges? Is it not fixed? I think it's fixed now. If you are withdrawing 5,000, I think it's 150. And if you are withdrawing 10,000, I think it's 300. I think. But then somebody said even human being is not stable. I didn't see that comment. Send me out like I did not see it. Which one is human being is not stable again now? Is that one a pricing model? Oh god. I'm just reading some funny comment. Okay now. So let's move from okay. We've explained what psychological pricing model is. So the next one is okay, we've explained dynamic pricing model as well. So the last one on my list here is price skimming. So price skimming starts with a very high price and they will not lower it over time to maximize early profits. So we have some products that regardless, even when they are launching it is still big price. So at some point when they've already gained their customer base and whole and they're like, okay, they're having some items that they want to like send out and all of those things, they will not bring the price down. But when it came out, it was very expensive. And that's why some late majorities or late, yeah, some late majorities, they usually wait till everybody has used the products when it's no longer, when the price is now down, that they will now patronize that kind of products. So is a pricing scheming is a kind of pricing models whereby your price of products is high as when you launched it out, then later you now reduce it to maximize your early profits. Honestly, Sarah, I agree with you. The kind of responses I'm getting on the chat, it's I don't know. I'll just act like I didn't get those comments. Like the weirdest thing I've heard today is that human being is not stable. So can you okay? What so you are saying that as human being now that human being are dynamic in nature. What's to be realistic? Human being are dynamics. But it's not a pricing model anyway. So then it's not a pricing models. So now let's talk about we integrating those pricing models, those pricing mechanisms. For every product that you're trying to use, right, there has to be an API that is being integrated for you to make payments, online payments. So implementing your monetization mechanism, we have for subscription. So another name for subscription is recurring models because subscription. When you subscribe this month, you are going to subscribe the following month. So you can also call it a recurring models. Somebody said people management is not honestly to manage people is it's not easy. You're right about that. So you can integrate Stripe, PayPal as an API gateway for you to be able to make payments. So when you're trying to order for a particular good online, you get to a point where you might even say either what's it called, flutter wave, right? You might even see flutter wave is a gateway that was being integrated into the application for you to make payments. It's not I mean, there is a lot of work that was put into it for you to be able to make payments. So it's one of the mechanisms that you used in making payment really. So yeah, for subscription. Another way for you to implement your price mechanism is you setting up your pricing tiers and trial plans also. So another one is using subscription management tools as well, like ChargeBee and Paddle. That is for subscription. So for subscription, you can either use an API, you can either set up your pricing tiers or your trial plan on an application. So, like the kind of comment I'm seeing, there's another comment. People can love you for free today and tomorrow it changes. Like what is going on? Another person said some dating app, I don't need to mention names. It can be referred to as part of the factors that contributed to pricing models. Yeah, church offerings sef no stable. Mr. Slim, what's going on? I'm not gonna say anything. For non-profit venture, how would one position that type of products from our topic? It's clearly not related to pricing. Non-profit ventures. From the word no profits, they are not after profit, obviously. But you know that they have people that used to support them, right? Because it's a charity, more of like a charity home. But we have people that are always coming to support them, obviously. So they are not expecting profits, but there's a lot of free online courses online that you don't pay for, but there is somebody at the back end that is taking responsibility for all of those things. Do you get? They get it through donation, all of those things, but it is not profit. But they are still getting money, kind of, but they are not expecting profits. Do you understand? Somebody said ask ushers. What was going on tonight? Okay. Penetration. Okay. We've answered. Yeah, just for social media, just for social welfare. Somebody said the rain today is affect. Oh God. All right. So I've explained how API will be integrating into your products, and you're using a subscription pricing models for your products. So that is for online, right? So when we talk about advertising as well, for advertising, you can also sign up for ad network either through Google and AdSense. That's another way. In all these ads that you're looking at is being paid for, right? So they are also making payments through all of those ads. Do you understand? You can also, by defining your ad placement and frequency as well, and you can also use tools to manage and also optimize your ads. Somebody said the moral, the moral today is like somebody said PMs are on different levels tonight. Energy, I think it's the weather. The weather is also, I think, is part of it because weather is very cool and everybody is chilling. I guess, but it's cool. We need it sometimes. It's a long day. It's a long day. We just have to make ourselves happy. So yeah, for affiliate marketing also, you can also join an affiliate program such as Amazon Associate and share a sale as well. We also have another one that is embedded trackable links in content. That's another way. You can also use analytics tools to monitor your conversions. That's for marketing. So for direct sales also, you can also build a storefront or you implement your shopping carts, checkouts, and your products management, and also by offering a secure payment and order tracking as well. So it's time for attendance, guys. So we're going on a short break, then we'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, see you in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. So, how was your break? I hope you're able to stream. What's the word? You were able to relax and just stretch yourself. So, welcome back. Somebody say it is pricing sake. I'm just reading the comments and I'm smiling. All right, welcome back. Can everyone hear me, please? Can everyone hear me? Yes, she went away. Yes, I had network issue. Yeah, but I'm back now. Okay, so does anybody have any question for me? Any question? Okay, let me ask a question. So, for an organization that fails to make preparation for all of these things that we mentioned, what do you think will happen to that kind of organization if they fail to do that, to set up their pricing strategies and their revenue models? What do you think would happen? You can drop your question. What do you think will happen to such organizations? I'm not going to answer you endless. I am not going to say anything. Yeah, they will float. Yes, that's right, Mr. Slim. Because I'm not going to say anything. I don't want anybody to come and drag me on this call. So, yeah, I don't want to be dragged, please. So, they might run out a loss. Exactly. And they won't be accountable. They might fold up. They might get to a decline phase. They will not bank exactly. Wrong pricing, undervalued, or profit sharing may lose market share. That's correct. That's correct. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I just said no. I'm not going to answer. Oh. I am not going to answer. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. All right. I love that question. I I love that question. So, what's the difference between penetration and dynamic pricing strategy? Do you want me to answer that question? Or someone will just help me to reply because I'm sure that a lot of us will want to answer that question. So, who wants to help me to respond to that question? I'm waiting because I know that we have senior PMs on this call. I'm going to answer if nobody is responding. Who is differentiating between penetration and dynamic pricing strategy? No one. Okay, then let me do the explanation. All right. I said penetration pricing market from the word penetration. When a product owner, right, or an organization decided to reduce their price to the lowest minimum just for them to be able to like attract their customers. When they are trying to introduce their goods to the market, they bring their price as low as possible so that they can gain customers loyalty. So the difference between penetration and what was the second one that you asked for? Scheming is that penetration they start small, their prices are low. Then the other one, their prices are high when they want to enter the market. So that is different. Penetration from the word penetrate, introduce their market with a low price. They bring their price to very low. But the other one is the opposite of penetration. So if penetration is low price, then the other one is what? High price. So for dynamics, they are not stable. Do you understand? Okay, I think let me go back to that slide so that you can have more clarity on that. Okay. So I say penetration pricing is when you launch with a low price to attract your customers and gain market share quickly. That was what I said. And for the second one, I said for dynamic, They adjust prices in real time based on the demand, time, and user behaviors. So they are not stable. And so many of us will say something on the chat post. Some people were even saying that human being are not stable. Do you get that? Some people were just gisting and they were just saying a lot of things online. We are reading the comment section. So dynamics, when we say something is dynamic, you know what that means. So their prices are adjusting per time. So for skimming, they start with a very high price and over time they bring the price down. I don't know if that has answered your question. Like, I want to confirm if you are okay with that explanation. Please confirm. I'm trying to confirm if you are okay with the explanation. Someone said, "Is it? You are partially okay. I don't want to be partially okay. I want you to be 100% okay. If you are not, ask the question. What exactly is it that you don't understand? Let me explain it again." David said, "Is it safe to say some superior products with a specific niche targeted at the wealthy is skimming price?" Hmm. You know, can we say they are targeted as being wealthy? Can I say yes? Can I say no? I can say it's relative in the sense that there are some set of individuals that if you tell them the prices of a commodity or goods are very cheap, they will not buy it. Do you understand? They believe in high price based on their standard. Some people they are so what's the word? They are very, very classic in nature. They are classic, elegant, they are okay, they don't want to be in a kind of situation whereby their standard will be reduced. Do you understand? So sometimes those kind of goods are targeted to those set of people. And that is why when you are building a product, you need to have a target audience. Who are you targeting? So I can say that for skimming, yes, that they have their own target audience, and their target audience is those set of people. Yeah, you can say that as well. Because there are some people that even if they want to buy biro, for example, biro on a normal level is maybe 100 naira. They can go to another, maybe somewhere else, and maybe because they now say the biro is 2,000 naira, they will buy it because that's the standard they've created for themselves. So those are another set of people, and those are the people that that particular product is targeted at. So I can say yes, that yeah, it's possible that those are the people that they targeted. Yeah. Even when the commodity is very cheap, they will not buy it. But if it is expensive, they believe that when the product is expensive, it is original. Do you understand? It is original. They'll get the best value from it. That's their belief system. And at the end of the day, it's just packaging. It's just packaging. Should you understand? I don't know if that answered your question. Okay. Please confirm that explanation is okay. Or if you want me to go into details, let me know. Most people feel that the pricey products are devaluable. Yes, yes, linear. That's correct. I think sometimes me too, if I want to buy some things and if you give me a very low price, I will. Sometimes I will just doubt if that product is original. I'll just say, uh, this thing cannot be, And it's packaging. All right, thank you, David. It's packaged eventually. And this funniest thing is that the food that you're buying at, an expensive restaurant, and the food that you're buying in one, maybe one, I don't want to say, yeah, something, what's it called? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right? A restaurant and another local place where they sell food. At the end of the day, you realize that even the mama puts, thank you, the food they are selling at mama puts is even sweeter than the one you are buying in a big, well explained and a restaurant that is well developed. It is packaged. You are paying for the AC. In case you don't know, you are paying for the AC. You are paying for that man that is opening the door for you when you want to enter that restaurant. Then they will even go, good afternoon, ma, good afternoon, sir. You are paying for all those things. They've added it for them to give you price. So for in your own mind now, you feel like wow. But you see the food itself. At the end of the day, mama put is sweeter than somebody said. Yeah, chukudi. Oh god, I don't know what's happening tonight. So it's just packaging. It's just packaging. But then I don't know if that's also somebody say branding my portfolio well will pay than yours without recommendation. Branding my portfolio will pay than. So that's another thing too. Okay, somebody said you are paying for that fancy plate and the on top gold spoon. Yeah. In fact, you even go and wash it after washing your hand, you still have, there's a dryer there, you even dry it, right? You see all those preferential treatments you are receiving. Don't worry, they will add everything to your bill. Yes, you pay for everything. So that's just it. Yes, so what else? And making product too cheap as a pricing model is not always good, because when it is too good to be true, people will doubt your product value. So it is better to be exactly lenient. I agree with you. People don't believe in things that are cheap. Even let's even use an individual. When people have access to you very without any effort, they'll just underrate you. So just try to at least, do you get, just like what you just said, that be at least at average. Don't just bring yourself down. Like I believe in humility, but then you need to apply wisdom. So at least you shouldn't just place yourself to that zero level just because you are trying to, maybe to get to be in their good book of record or something like that. So if you are launching a product, don't say because you want to get your your audience, you want to convince them, you now bring your price to the lowest in such a way that they won't be doubting if the product is of value. Somebody said mama put lacks packaging and offer less products. Okay. Oh. Linear said don't be too accessible to everyone. Exactly. As an individual, say we are products. Yes, are we not? So God is our product manager, right? So we are also products. So you shouldn't give people access to you all the time. I think one of the laws in 48 laws of power says that we should use absence to access. You should use absence to get honor. I can't remember one of the laws, but it's one of the laws. If you read that book as well. So when people have so much access to you, you tend to lose your value, kind of. So use absence. Don't be too. You can't be. Don't allow everybody to have access to you. It's not, at least even if you are not busy, you can say you are busy. At least you can be sleeping. So that it's better for them to say it's been a while than for them to say she has come again or he has come again, he's here again. But let them say, it's been a while, good to see you. And that one is fine. But when you have, so yeah, cheap products have much buyers. I know what that means. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. It's never, somebody said I like many don't. Yes. Did I just say yes? Oh Michael, you made me say yes. Oh God. I don't know what's going on tonight. I think ask your question. Ask your question. I'm trying to read comments. Some high prices do speak real quality. Of course. For example, Apple is expensive, isn't it? But are you not getting the value you paid for? Yeah. So some expensive you get the value, some expensive you don't. So but then you will know By the time you have faith, your experience will determine if you um patronize them next time. Yeah, so there won't be next time if your first experience with them is not good enough. So very true. When you aren't always accessible, people will value your time. Yeah, whenever you are, exactly. It works, so you can try it. It really works. Don't be don't be too don't allow people to have access to you. Don't allow people to have access to you. Why is it that whenever you see a celebrity, you want to take picture with them? Because you don't have access to them all the time. If a celebrity is living down your street and you see her every day, at some point you even say her, you will not greet her. Do you know why? Because it's common, like there's really no big deal. But if you don't see the person all the time, you don't have access. The next time you see the person, you want to like, you good to see you and all of those things. So don't not allow everybody to have access to you. It reduces your value. Yeah, it reduces your value. Don't be so available. So form you are busy now. Form that you are busy. It's actually good also. With Igbo guys expensive doesn't always mean buying good product. Oh God. So people are speaking about this accessibility matter from relationship matter or dating pool. Pussy, what's going on? I don't know what's going on tonight. I don't know anything about that. What else? It's like Adeleye Deborah said, it's like you never chop better, Mama put. Somebody said, Chai, I miss Iyakewe. Oh. Oh my God. Coca Cola is 500 per bottle, while Pepsi Cola is 400. Meanwhile, both are just water and sugar. Exactly. Exactly. So, somebody said, now why I know they like come class always, make I scarce more. Oh God. What are you saying again? Like, so that's why you don't want to be coming, you don't want to be attending class, you want to be scarce. That one is different too. Attendance is very important. So I'm not gonna subscribe to that, please. Honestly, like his comment is very funny. Excuse me. Yeah, on your own. Exactly. Please tell him. So I think that's all, guys. We've come to the end of tonight's class. So if you have any question, you can ask me. No profit be that. See finish no good. So sometimes you just have to be mute, maintain your steez. Yes, you go MIA for no reason. Yes, it works. So and you know the funniest thing is that to be very, very curious. They want to know what's on your mind. You know, when people don't have information about you, they tend to be worried. When they don't have information about you, so when they don't have information about you, they'll be worried. And I like it that way when they are worried. Yes, they should, at least they don't have any information about you. So by the time they now have access again, do you get they will respect you. They will respect you. Yes, you are welcome. God gifts. Yes, you are welcome. And I like the fact that the class is interacting, and as much as we are trying to, to make ourselves happy, we are still getting value. And that's the goal. You are learning and you are having fun as well, which is quite good. Oh, you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your feedback. Yes. So, yeah, we're done. Let's have a great evening, everyone. You're just talking about Mama Put, she is something. Oh, God. For those companies, I guess they have other means of generating profits. For those break even, those companies that they are not after profits nor loss. But I must tell you that there is other way for them to make profits, obviously. Yeah. Thank you. All right. You'll get an update about our next class, the time and the date. Yeah. So I think our next class is on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. Yes, yeah, yeah. So, all right, everyone. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, you too. Bye.